Good evening, everyone. Today is November 26th, 2021. It's 28 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 2 degrees Celsius at around 10:30 this evening. I'm going to show you my arrival plus a couple of updates. And my updates, I'm going to show you those that a few that survived the microclimates when the temperature dropped to 22 degrees Fahrenheit and a minus 5.55 C. So let's see what happens. And then for my arrival, I ordered some sugar maples. They came in this box. I'm using leftover soils for it that I mixed together and some unmilled sphagnum moss to line the bottom of the container. My survivors are mainly my small cuttings that I took, and whatever survived really turned out pretty good. And I got my little yellow sticky strip on the bottom in case there's ants or bugs crawling out. But that's the hibiscus. Oh, I gotta leave this on there like that. And I got 1, 2. This one's grown from the bottom, and here's another one right here. Let me get the sticky strip. I don't want to lose it. And put it on the bottom here. And then I also have, out of all the ones that didn't take, I had one pomegranate that took. That's in sand, and that survived the cold temperatures in the microclimate, so that was pretty good. But I'm not going to pot these two today up. I'm going to try and see. These are my Sarissa cuttings. There's like 1, 2 that survived. And I know they got roots because when I tugged on them, they didn't move. So let's see if they're going to grow, and we'll let you know. I got my little bonsai mini soil. It's mixed with all the fines. You can see that's what's in there. So let's put that there. I'm a little bit disorganized, but I got 2 little pots with some paper towels in there because they're going to sit in the house anyway. And on the bottom of this, I have the diatomaceous earth. So with my root rake, I'm going to go in easy and just lift, and let's see if there is any roots. If there is, fine. If not, well, what are you going to do? And as you can see, this Sarissa has a nice root system. Now we're not going to do nothing to it because I don't want to, after surviving all that, it's got to be the beneficial bacteria that I put in with these guys to make them really, really grow. So I'm going to put a little of my mix in. That's my mix. Put it in here, put some in this one. Then I'm going to take my spray bottle and just mist it. There we go. And then I'm going to take my Azus and my Mikus out. And we're just going to dust the roots again. Just a little bit. I don't want to take nothing out. I don't want the soil to come off because I want to use it. I'm going to say, Tom, that was a lot that came out. Hey, it ain't going to hurt. Well, pardon the language. Ain't. I know it's grammatically incorrect, but what are you going to do? That's bonsai. There. So we're just going to add it in. The microclimates really work. If these things, what I do is I try to make my plants to be hardy because I want them to really be adaptive to the cold weather, so that if I get an arthritis attack and I can't get out there to work with them, at least they're able to survive the cold in the microclimates. So we're just going to put a little more there on this guy. So we know we got one good one that took. So I'm just going to ease it in. Just ease it in. Okay. And then I'm going to take my... So we'll see if they take off. Right now they have to go in a transition period to relax from all the cold weather. So that's one down. Now let's see if the other one has roots. So what I'm gonna do is dig in. Now, I don't know if this is another Sarissa that grew because it's got no top, so I don't know if anything will come out of it. But I'll leave it inside and cover it up, and we'll see what happens. If it grows, it grows. If it doesn't, it doesn't, because usually when the head's chopped off, it's not going to survive. Okay, so let's get our other pot and put it in. I forgot to show you the roots. Well, I can't now, but there's the roots on it. Let me just mix it up in there. Put it in. I'm not going to worry about spreading the roots or anything. I want this little girl to get back on her feet from sitting in all that cold weather, and for being such a trooper and withstanding the cold. Now, Sarissas are supposed to die because they're tropicals in this cold weather, but you know, you got to have tough love with them. And with tough love, the plants will respond because you talk to them, you see how they're doing, you check on them when the cold is out there when you can. Because I know sometimes I can't get them in fast enough, but they're there for you. I mean, there's this guy. I forgot to put a little bit. I'll have to put the Micus in there. I knew I forgot something. And put the Azus around her, and then I'll just move it into the root system. See, if you forget, just move it into the root system. It'll go down. It'll cover the roots. That's all you do. Okay, let me put the Micus in here so I don't get it wet from the spraying. Put my Azus back in the bag. Get my spray bottle. Give it a nice little spritz. And this soil drains really, really good. That's all you do. And then I'll mark it when I planted them. And just put a little bit of more around her root system. Just like that. There we go. And then with these pots, I'm going to mark them because you can write on them with marker. So, okay, we got this out of the way. I'm going to put them in where they grew on that one pot. Now, let's get down to the nitty gritty here. Let's cover this up. Now, my hodgepodge of soil mixes are, I got some perlite, some vermiculite, I have some worm castings, I have some peat moss, I have some unmilled sphagnum moss in there so we can put it into the maples because they have to go outside and sleep. Now, this is what they came in. This big box. But I didn't order them this size. I ordered 3. I think I got 4 in the mail. It says 3 on there, but I think 4 came together. I ordered the smaller size, 6 to 12 inch. And here they are. They're sugar maple saplings. Or seedlings, I should say. So now, let me cut the tag off here. Put it on the side. Don't worry, my scissors are all pruned. I got a mess here, so I had to do it. But as you can see, I got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 seedlings. So let's get cracking. I got my pots lined with unmilled sphagnum moss. I wet them real good. And I'll show you my mix if I can open it up. There we go. Now it's got a little bit of each and everything in there. Let me just mix it a little bit more. There we go. And this is it. This is our hodgepodge of all our different soil mixes. But I had to do that because that was the only way I can mix stuff without being cold out there. So right now, I'm going to put a little bit of soil into the bottom. Pack it in. Make sure it's in there real good. Then I'm going to take... let's see, the one with the shorter root right here, I'm not gonna, it's got some small roots on there. So what I'm gonna do is take my Mikus and just hit the roots. And then I'm gonna take my Azus and do the same thing. Now these bottles are really good to store your beneficial bacteria, and I'm just gonna shake it on there. There we go. Get them roots nice and covered. Put some into the bottom. Now we're going to bury them just a little bit deeper than normal because they're going to have to survive this cold winter weather that's going to come through. Well, you never know. It's Chicago. You might get a mild winter. You might get a cold winter. There. You think we'll get maple syrup in the spring? I don't think so. They're too small. Be nice. Okay, so let's give it a little bit of water here. Let me get my bottle and just put it in. I'll give it some more water later because I got to get these other ones in. Get them potted. Okay, so let's get the next pot. Same thing, sphagnum moss on the bottom, unmilled. Now this one has a real long taproot. So I'm going to take my scissors and just cut it off. You can see where the feeder roots are at. Right there, and there's nothing along here. They're starting, but I don't want it this long. So I'm just going to cut it. Just like that. And then we're going to add our mix in. I got to watch the time on the video because I don't want it to run out. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take and add my Azus on there. Get my Mikus and hit that in there. Now it's going to be a little off center, but that's alright. It looks crooked, but hey, that's the way it grew, so we'll get a nice bend in the curve in the trunk here. So let's get that in there. Firm it in. Take the surface tension out so it doesn't run out on us. Just like that. Take our bottle. Water, dechlorinated. That's what I'm using. Otherwise, if you use chlorinated water, it's like throwing your money out the window. It'll kill off your bacteria because it's made to clean your water supply so you don't get drink bad bacteria. But the plants don't need that. They need the good beneficial bacteria in there. So this one's got a nice little S shape to it. And this is all natural. You look for trees with a natural shape. You don't need wires or nothing. Okay. Oop. Let's get that guy out of the way. There's another one with a nice little root system. Now, we have a ton of roots right here, and I don't know if it'll fit in this pot all the way down. No, we're going to have to just take a little bit off, and it's got a lot of feeder roots on here. A lot of feeder roots. So we're just going to cut it to about here. Look at all them nice feeder roots. And we're just going to put them in. I am not going to try and cut the ones that are on there because we can always work with the roots later to cut them. So we're just going to dab our Azus on there, get them all on the roots. And then we're going to take our Mikus and hit our Mikus on it. Now it's all into the bottom of the pot, the Mikus, so that's good. And this got a nice little round curve, so we're going to get our roots in like that. We're going to put our soil mix, and it's a nice and fluffy mix. Just like that. And hopefully I'm going to put it in a milk crate so we can keep the night terror out. Now this one had a lot of airspace in there, so I got to get everything in there real good. Get rid of all them air pockets and just wet it down. There we go. Take our water, hit it. I'll give it a good drink of water by the sewer later. Now I got a bigger pot because it's the only pot I had, but it's going to be good for this long taproot. But as you can see, the majority of the feeder roots are way to here. So I'm just going to cut it just a little bit below, just like that. Now this one's wrapping way around, so I'm just going to cut it to here. There we go. And now let's see if I can, how it'll sit in our pot. Oh, this is going to be good for the roots to really take off. So now we're going to hit it with our beneficial bacteria, our Azus. Coat the roots real good. We're going to use our Mikus and hit the roots real good. Just like that. Spread them the best we can inside. Now I soaked these trees for a good 2 hours in dechlorinated water so they can relax before potting. Get everything in real nice. Let's give it a good squirt. Get all the surface tension out of the way, all the dust out of the way, whatever's in there. And we're just going to water it in real good. Just like that. Pat them down. And with these pots, I'm going to take a marker and mark them all. Because in the winter time, it's going to be hard to put these 4 in a milk crate without breaking the labels off. So, pushing them in, make sure they're solid. Just like that. I'm not going to cut none of the tops off, because right now we're going to just let them to develop themselves. Let's see, here's my water. Water them in good. And that should do the trick. Now I better put my Jesus and Mikos away, because we don't want to get them wet and contaminated. Put the stopper on here. Put it in our bag. In our... Let me get my other Jesus out and put it in the Jesus bag. And put our Mikos in. Close it up because it's got no cap on it. And there you have it. I got them in the bags to keep them all safe. So, that's our little updates for today. I'm glad you came to Grow and Clip Bonsai for Seniors. Remember, today's dance night. It's get your big band music ready. Husbands, grab your wives. Wives, grab your husband. Get them off the easy chair. Grandma, grandpa, do the same. You get into the kitchen and kick the kitchen tables and chairs on the side. Just dance a little bit. Remember the old days. Wives, don't be afraid. Say, husband, come on, we're dancing. Put on a nice hot pot of tea. Relax to some big band music. And then sit down and have your tea and enjoy the music, because that's when music was music. So you take care, everyone. Thank you for coming to Grow and Clip Bonsai for Seniors on the arrivals and these updates. And remember, microclimates work. So take care and have a good day. Well, a good evening.